Hey, what's up, It's your man Charlie, and we're back again at Charlie's Talk Sport Corner, where we delve into the issues of our current affairs and what goes on in our world. Today's topic, I'm doing one thing, is the impact of media and its adverse effects on our society in an age where information is just a click away. Alright, it's crucial to understand how media influences our lives, sometimes in ways we don't even realize. Let's dive into these various negative impacts media and let's have on our society. Karibuni sana. Now, I'm going to go into the first part, and this is the misinformation and fake news. Now, one of the most concerning issues is the spread of information and fake news and the rise that has come from the rise of our societal platforms. False information can spread rapidly. Why? Because now we got things that are easy to access, right? And this can easily lead to confusion and mistrust. This phenomenon can skew public perception, influence elections, and even incite violence. And it's essential to be vigilant and critical on information we consume. Now, I think we already know from our Twitter handles, from our Facebook, that information is one of the easiest way to currently control the people. And if you direct it in the wrong kind of way, it can make people think that things that are happening in their society are being pushed more for them. For example, currently in our space, we can see how narratives have been pushed that some of the taxes are not being given to certain tribes. Other tribes and their regions, the taxes have been pushed more to their regions. Now, whether this is true or not, if such information is pushed by radio stations, vernacular, maybe even a national TV or radio station, these are things that can impact the people, because people start thinking, you know what, kweli sisi tunaonewa, you know? Are there certain people coming after a certain tribe or after a certain people? Now, if we are not careful, because we see it on our TikToks, people have their own profiles, and they will push the narrative that Kikuyus are being sought after. Maybe true, maybe not, but how you give that information matters so much, because if you make even a mistake, we might go back to that place where we kind of got into, that was the 2007 elections, and we don't want such a society. So always be careful what you pass around. For me, even when I'm passing around information, I normally make sure that I kind of cite the quote, who it is from. I might even take a screenshot, because I don't want no one coming back to me and telling me, you kind of spread something that was fake. No. If you think I did it, here's the source of where I saw it from. If you want to pursue to someone. So always be careful and diligent about how you pass information. Let's go on to the second part of our topic. The other things that media does is it has a significant impact on the mental health, especially now. Studies have shown that excessive use of social media can lead to anxiety, depression, and a distorted self-image. I don't even think we need to go far, right? A lot of people right now in society base their lifestyles with what they see on social media. You see someone on Instagram saying, this is how I live, this is how life is looking. Living large. Say I'm in a current gari somewhere, and then it comes through, I'm rolling, my job is giving me this. Be very careful what you see on the media. Constant exposure to curated, often unrealistic portrayals of life can make individuals feel inadequate and unhappy. You're out there thinking, you ain't hustling hard enough, okay? But you don't know that. It's just that person has found the formula of how to put themselves on the media. Because the media is like another person. The only difference is you don't know if this person is telling you the truth or not unless you know them. And this state of mind is being created by the fact that you there suffering, job yako iko ikampoa, You know, you're working so hard, but you ain't seeing the result. But then you're looking on the social media and you see someone else's social media and they doing it, they making it. And you start thinking, ain't I moving the right way? Am I doing something that is not right? And you know what? When your mind gets to such a place, you start losing your self-esteem. Okay? Which is a whole other place. You start messing with your mind. You start messing with your ability to mentally, deal with loss. Okay? Happiness. Like, you should be able to know that there are ups and downs in things, but when you're used to looking at media somewhere and all you're seeing is positivity and yours is always going negative, that's taking a mental burden on you. So you gotta be careful how you want that scroll or that text, It's important to remember that what we see online is not always an accurate representation of reality. Why? Because this is the world we are in. We're in a land where augmented reality can even happen. Someone knows how to fake it. They say fake it till you make it. That's what they say, but be careful how you use this media. Top number 3, we go to the body image and self-esteem, alright? Speaking of self-image, media often perpetuates unrealistic beauty standards. Advertisements, TV shows, and social media influencers frequently showcase idealized body types, leading to body dissatisfaction and low self-esteem, especially among young people. Yo, to the youth. I ain't saying be obese and be happy with it, be anorexic and be happy with it. Nah, all I'm saying is, don't think that these people ati sijui are watching akina Bahati, sijui akina who, sijui akina wa Yesu, sijui what. I even heard there's a new, I think there's a what? They're launching a reality show for Netflix, for the first reality show for Kenya. Let me tell you something. If anything is on TV and it says reality show, first know that is a way of coming to program the masses. Dear Kenyans, man, I don't know where you get this time to watch this local content, some of it, because some of it is just sham. Some of it is just there to deteriorate your mind. Okay? I don't care people saying, that's my hard work. That's not hard work for nothing, man. That's not hard work for shit. You are not giving an example to our kids of how they can be able to grow well in the society. Nah. You're not pointing out the right way, the way you wear, na we ni bibi ya watu, okay? Look at these shows. Look at even the ones in the States. Look at those people and how they show conflict. And then someone is talking about being married to someone. And then you want to take that drama to your home. And you want your husband to reflect the same kind of drama that you're seeing on TV. Wake yourself up, man. So when I'm talking to the youth, I'm not just talking to the young ones. I'm talking to also the married couples out there. Because a lot of you are in unhealthy behaviors because of one thing. What you see on TV. Don't see guys there acting, kina Bahati up on the hand, they're acting what, and you're like, oh, that's how I'm going to go and treat my husband. That's how I'm going to go and treat my wife. Be very careful. Another thing I got beef with is, in fact, on body image and self-esteem. I don't know where this thing is coming from, of comedians and actors, men especially, wearing like women. I got beef with that. Stop emasculating our society. It's the biggest bullshit that I can put forward today. A man who wears a dress is a poor example on young men and young kids, especially boys. What are you trying to do? Africans, our problem what it is? We do not go and study, okay, the things that happen in other societies. Do you know in the American society, for them to emasculate and feminize the masculine identity, what they did was make the comedians wear the dresses. You can pass comedy without having to wear a dress. My dear, telling me about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is that man gay. There is no man who pushes men to wear dresses and telling me that is because of a role. You push that in our society. Do you know what you do to our young men? Here we are in Africa fighting the LGBTQ movement. To be honest, I don't stand for it. And I know a lot of people don't like to speak about it because they get cancelled. But you know what? It's the age of Aquarius. Truth shall be told and shall be said. And through our media, that is how we are pushing these unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy bodily wants. Look at how people in America are changing, taking hormones to change their DNA from man to woman. You think that is something that is God-given? Be careful of the media. Be careful of what you pass to other people because it results in unhealthy behaviors, mental health issues. Emphasizing of the need of diverse and realistic portrayals in the media is what we should do. If they are not showing you a reality, what life is like where you are, then why do you watch it? Lazima tu nitulie, supporting local content, what, To you people who are out here trying to change our society, be careful because we see you. And for me, any place I go, any home, and I find you letting your kids watch shows that are adult-like, you think it's a mistake when someone takes a cartoon, right? A movie that's supposed to be for teenagers, right? Uses adults to act the movie, and then puts the movie out for you to watch. What do you think happens to your mind? Your kid, okay, will think, you know what? I'm in high school, I'm in primary school. The movie is depicting us. So why not? Why can't I have those behaviors and I'm in primary school, high school? And you know how they get that mentality? They get that. So be careful, be very careful, because that's how you're finding your kids changing their bodily image and lowering their self-esteem. Let us raise our roles as they are. The masculine, let them be masculine. The feminine, let them be feminine. Let's go to the other topic. Media can contribute also to violence and aggression. Numerous studies suggest a link between exposure to violent content in movies, video games, and TV shows and aggressive behavior, particularly in children and adolescents. Let's not even go too far. If you want to mold a human being, an adult, the best time to do it is when they're young. Now you there, you let your kid play some. If you see games for these days, I'm not going to even lie. The games these days are sexual, demonic, okay, and violent. And I'm not talking about the COD and what. There are others. Of course, a game like COD or shooting games, most of them you find that those games, they come from people who are they have a culture of guns. We don't have a culture of guns, but you're letting your kids play other things also. And some games, if you go and look at them, some games are rough, man. Some games even show kids how to play with charms, how to mix potions, how to say words of magic. Now, that by itself is how you ingrain something into a human being's mind. And the best time to do it is in kids. So be very careful. You're asking yourself, hey, my kid, man, I don't even punch my kid. I don't even beat my child. But the question is, you don't beat your child, but do you control what they watch? Do you control what they play? No, you do not. And remember, a child is raised by the environment around them, except for you. Even things they play and see, those also teach them how to be. Okay? So you have to be careful. While media alone is not responsible, it acts as a catalyst and amplifying existing tendencies towards violence. Remember, we're in a society now that people actually take their time to make this media because they have an intention of the future. It's not just now. They know that way ahead. If you go and study something like the CIA documents, you'll see the CIA documents talk about how you can train something now, and 10 years later, You let them watch something else and you trigger them. Now you have to think about that. That's not even a joke. That's a serious item of thought, that someone can be able to program you from the beginning, put a pause to it, and in another timeline come and reactivate it. Be very careful, man, and remember, they're doing it with your kids. You know you've raised your kids well, but down the lane, boom, your kid's a whole different person. So be very careful. Let's go to the next topic, which is that despite being more connected than ever, media can paradoxically lead to social isolation. People may spend more time engaging with their screens than in real life interactions. Yo, that's not even a joke. We're seeing that. Weakening social bonds and reducing face-to-face communication skills. Yo, I don't even know how else better to put it. I think Facebook Meta is a perfect example. You're hearing of people living in the VAR world. People don't care anymore. People don't want to be close to others. They would rather exist in a computer or in an image area than exist in a real world. Deal with people in a real way. Deal with their problems in a real manner. You can't hide behind the social world. You can't hide behind the computers. The only way to solve our worldly things, in all honesty, is if we're there for each other, if we face each other. But the more technology is getting higher, the more tech is becoming, the more humanity is becoming socially awkward, isolating themselves in places where, next thing you know, someone's waking up. He's going to do some mass murders. Next thing you know, someone's waking up and you're hearing they went and burned down a whole house of their own family. People ain't doing this because they're lost. No. It's because they're getting programmed. They're getting programmed by these things, and if you're not careful, and you do not strike a balance between your digital interactions and your physical interactions, know that none of these things, they do not replace genuine human connections. They cannot. Find yourself. Do not hide behind your machines. Find yourselves, because life by itself will show you that interacting with other human beings also gives you that confidence. Also gives you that ability to grow, because others will always tell you where you're going wrong. Others will tell you when you're doing something that's socially awkward. Being around people helps you understand humanity better. Again, I say, be very careful with the media, because it does affect how we understand each other. It influences our lives. And if you do not realize it, whether it's in a child, a youth, adolescent, or an adult, if we are not careful, our society will be a very different society coming near the future. We must understand each other. We must know how to consume what we call the media. The media is how our girls are disappearing into things like OnlyFans. Let's not lie, man. Pornography is now becoming a thing in our world, and it's because of this media. Africans, were shy about some things, hiding certain habits behind, closed doors. Now, because of the media, that closed door is just now a closed camera. And now, once that thing is shot behind the camera, to release it to the world, that's easy. So to the world right now, to my people, be careful of how you let things of the things that you watch, the things that you let your children watch. I want to tell you, for example, I know a lot of you grew up on what we call Nickelodeon, right? Right now, if you go and study and look at the cases, Nickelodeon executives are on cases right now of child pedophilia. Most of the young actors are coming out and speaking of how they're in Hollywood now. Some made it, some didn't, but they are talking about how behind that children show came so much adultery where they got taken advantage of. And remember, this spirit will be passed through that television, through that media. And you're here wondering, how did my child, my little girl used to be okay, now she's lesbian. You're wondering, how did she get that? It's not from my home. None of us have such a habit. None of us have such characteristics or pushing it or preached it. But no, it's because of the media that you're letting your children watch behind. If you don't control it, you don't know what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, the results only show themselves ahead. So be careful, okay? Even for religion, people ain't being lied to through any other way. Now someone can just pay for a TV bandwidth, create their own station, okay? And next thing you know, they're preaching using their own spirit, because I believe in God, yes, but I believe that God should lead you. The Spirit should lead you. And when you talk, you should not talk with the spirit of discernment of other spirits, but the Spirit of the Most High God as the only way you should speak. But now, because of these medias, you don't know who is speaking. You don't know which spirit is leading who. So be careful so much of the media that comes out in this world. Be careful what you let your children watch, what you let your children digest from these medias, because that is where they are learning things that are not of our culture, of our ways, and that is how to manipulate and change our way. When the colonialists first began to come and try and control us, we didn't have TVs, phones, and what, but they knew which kind of media to use to come and control us. And the first media they used was the Bible. And they took their time to study us, our literatures, and change them. That is the power of media. The power of media brought us colonization. The power of media is bringing us the second phase of colonization. So what's there for me? All I'm saying is while the media has the power to inform, entertain, and connect us, it also has its share of adverse effects. From spreading misinformation, affecting of mental health, body image, and social behavior. The impact of media on society is profound. As consumers, we must approach media critically and mindfully, ensuring we use it to enhance our lives rather than diminish them. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chief Charlie Chege, and this is Charlie's Talksport Corner, where we get you on the right bandwidth and the right vibration. This has been your man. See you later. Hey, hey, hey.